Hey crawler buddies, good morning. This is Tom with Tehachapi RC Rock Crawlers. It's a beautiful morning up here in Tehachapi. Got clouds overhead, nice cool breeze. Yeah, I was just reading the paper and I figured I better get out here to the garage and get this quick video out of the way. This is my TRX4 with the Mamba X in it, and the huge 1/8 scale Holmes-Hobbies 4274S Puller Pro. It literally has, and I don't know how he does it, but it has a 6 scale size staggered rotor in it. I love this motor. It's just so torquey. I would say it's definitely up there with the Revolver. As far as motors I love. I would put it in anything if I could, but the review is not about, or the video is not really about that today. The last couple of days I put this cantilever system together. It is a primarily a combination of the JS Cantilever and the Xtra-Speed. Let me see if I can get that focused. My phone's acting weird today. Anyway, there it is. You want to get that number there for a second, I'll hold it there. Anyway, back to the visual. This cantilever comes with this, brace that goes over here, and cantilever is supposed to sit right there. The problem is I mean, I'm no engineer, but I've been doing this hobby for over 30 years and working on my own cars, since I was 15 back in the early 80s. And I remember Bigfoot, Bob Chandler coming out with the cantilever, and this is more similar to the way Bob Chandler always had his setup. And I always just liked that better. This was all wonky. The spring shot to the rear, which you never want to add, weight to the back, even though minimal at that, the shock. But it was all wonky and it was all facing this way. The shaft was shooting out this way, and it was just had a weird geometry to it. So I'm using the JS bracket, and all I'm using from the Xtra-Speed kit is the arm, the cantilever arm, and the springs, which I put on my 75 Proline shocks. It's a little heavy, but the shocks are a little heavy, the springs are a little heavy for this setup. But I'll eventually look for some more and dial it in. I got on the Proline website and they didn't have any optional springs for these short shocks. It does give you about a 3-to-1 ratio over to compared to the JS cantilever, which is 1-to-1. The reason I took the JS arm off was because the bearings were falling out and it was getting wonky on me. Because I don't know if you can see it right here, but the JS cantilever was never made for the TRX4, and to run it like this, it bends a little. So it was kicking the arm off sideways, which was putting stress on the little bearing spacer that was holding the bearing in. It was just coming out and stuff. So this arm has double support. It has bearings on both sides, so it's double supported, and I think I like it better. It's definitely smoother because of, it's not being kicked off and stuff like that. Anyway, just another quick thing. Since the last video I did, it didn't come out very good, and it was low def, but I mounted my winch, took all the little crap off the sides, put it between the frame rails, and I took a newer TRX4 fenders and put those on, and I put the plate on, and I had to move the servo forward to fit the motor. You know, so the back hole on the servo is now mounted to the front hole in the chassis, and then I just made 2 more holes and bolted it to here, and it's pretty solid. Anyway, truck's already fired up. Let me get the body on there and we'll take it out for a first drive. Alright, here we go. I do have both the front and the back diffs unlocked right now. I definitely like the smooth flex I'm getting out of the back. Maybe I'll leave those springs in there. Wow, it went pretty well. I like my setup. I don't expect anybody to duplicate it, but maybe the JS guy will sell the bracket separate so you can do the same thing I did. That would be pretty cool. You can always just ask. He's on Facebook. Anyway, I'm gonna let you go. Let's see if I can make this before I turn the video off. Most of the time I like to flip. And I guess it's not going to be a disappointment. Anyway, you guys have a great day. God bless.